If you don't, then you'll have to die. Dustin spat out the words, face expressionless. But his eyes were terrifyingly cold. Die. Hearing that, Edward Spanner burst out laughing. The bodyguards behind him laughed along with him. All of them looked at Dustin like he was a complete fool. You punk! Do you even know who I am? And you dare talk to me like that? Edward sneered. I don't care who you are, and I'm not interested. You've got 3 seconds to let her go. Or deal with the consequences, Dustin said calmly. As soon as those words fell, the crowd gasped. Even Dahlia and the others looked shocked. No one expected Dustin to step forward at a moment like this. Compared to Chris Nolan, who just stood silent, Dustin's courage was admirable. But not necessarily useful. You reckless idiot! Let's see how you die later. Chris Nolan muttered bitterly. Dustin stepping up only highlighted his cowardice. The fact that a useless loser could be braver than him made him especially uncomfortable, furious even. Damn, you've got a big mouth! Edward sized Dustin up and barked. Trying to play hero in front of me? Fine. I want to see what you've got, he gestured with his hand. 2 burly bodyguards stepped forward, reaching for Dustin at the same time. These 2 men stood nearly 2 meters tall, their bodies built like tanks, packed with muscle. In front of them, Dustin looked like a schoolboy. Everyone thought this fight was already over. But then something unexpected happened. Just as the 2 men closed in, Dustin struck like lightning. Bam! Bam! 2 punches landed, one on each of their faces. The 2 giant bodyguards collapsed instantly, as if struck by lightning. No warning. Ha! The crowd froze, dumbfounded. No one even saw what had happened. It all ended in the blink of an eye. And Dustin stood there, calm as ever. What the hell did you just do? Edward's face darkened. Those 2 were his top guys. Taking down 3 or 5 people at once was usually no problem for them. Now they were dropped with just 1 hit? Something's off. Last chance. Let her go, Dustin said coldly. Let my ass! Get him! Edward roared and waved his arm. All the bodyguards rushed at Dustin at once. Humph! Dustin didn't waste another word. He just moved. His movements were lightning fast, his attacks vicious. Each punch carried a burst of pressure. These towering bodyguards were like lambs in front of a tiger. They had no chance to resist. Bang! 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 With the dull thuds echoing through the room, the fight was over in a matter of breaths. All the bodyguards were down. Thud! As the last one hit the floor, the entire place fell deathly silent. The guests were all stunned, staring at Dustin like he was a monster. No one expected this. Dustin was unbelievably strong. Taking down over a dozen men alone, it felt like watching an action movie. How is he this strong? Chris Nolan's eyes were wide with disbelief. No way. Is this really the useless Dustin? Even Lyra was speechless. He knows martial arts? Dahlia's expression turned complicated after the initial shock. 3 years of marriage, and she never knew Dustin could fight. Had he hidden it too well? Or had she just never cared? Who the hell are you? Even Edward Spanner panicked now, instinctively stepping back. I'm your nightmare. Dustin began walking toward him. Don't come any closer. Edward suddenly pulled out a folding knife and pressed it to Dahlia's neck. Take one more step and I'll kill her. I hate threats the most. Dustin's face turned icy as he flashed forward, grabbing Edward's knife hand. Then he twisted hard. Crack! With a sharp snap, the knife dropped to the floor. Edward froze. Then came the pig-like scream. Ah, shut up! Before he could finish, Dustin slapped him across the face. The scream was abruptly cut off. Edward looked like he'd just eaten garbage, miserable. You're dead! All of you are dead! He spat with difficulty. Oh yeah? Dustin's face didn't change. He kicked Edward to the ground. Stop! Dahlia quickly stepped in front of him. You can't hurt him, or the consequences will be serious. I don't care. I do. Dahlia looked tense. Do you have any idea? If you cripple him, we'll all be dragged down with you. Hearing this, Dustin frowned slightly. He thought she was worried about his safety. But apparently, she was just afraid of being implicated. Dustin! Enough! Don't drag us into this, Lyra said coldly. Yeah. You hit Edward Spanner? You must have a death wish. Chris Nolan jumped in, then quickly helped Edward up and said, Young Master Spanner, it was Dustin who hit you. It has nothing to do with us. That wasn't just passing the blame, it was straight up betrayal. Dustin narrowed his eyes, a heavy pressure building inside him. He stepped in to save someone, and now he was the one seen as the aggressor? It didn't sit well. You think being good at fighting means anything? You think that makes you special? Edward, thinking Dustin had gone quiet out of fear, puffed up again. Let me tell you something. In this world, it's all about power, background, connections. You lay a hand on me? I'll make sure you disappear without a trace. Dustin didn't say a word, but his eyes grew colder. What? Scared now? Edward grinned. Since you've got no guts, get on your knees and beg. Maybe I'll let you live if I'm in a good mood.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase. Keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings